our rolling comprehensive coverage, which is non-stop, is underway. It's all about the consecration ceremony of the idol of Ram Lalla in Ayodhya in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. The much-awaited moment has all but arrived. 22nd January 2024 marks the break of a new dawn in Ayodhya, the birthplace of Lord Ram. Ayodhya stands as a living testament to the enduring spirit of faith, and today devotees of Lord Ram in India and around the world are celebrating India's spiritual and cultural heritage. Today, every road is leading Gautam to Sri Ram Janmabhoomi. Everyone is chanting Ram Ram. Every eye is wet with tears and joy of satisfaction and rejoicing.
Yes, and collective joy and celebratory atmosphere is permeating throughout the country and the world, really. India stands united with the thread of unity and faith. At 20 minutes past noon India time, or 6 hours 50 minutes GMT, begins the consecration ceremony of Lord Ram in Ayodhya, a city in Uttar Pradesh that is the birthplace of the Vishnu avatar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will offer prayers during the consecration ceremony. This comes a few years after he performed Bhumi Pujan, which is another ritual at the site, in August 2020, marking the auspicious start of the construction of the temple. Before we get you all that is unfolding related to the historic moment, let's take a look at the headlines.
The holy Indian city of Ayodhya is ready to welcome Lord Ram in a grand consecration ceremony.
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi to participate in the auspicious consecration ceremony of the Ram Lalla idol at the deity's birthplace in Ayodhya.
And excitement, devotion, emotions are peaking among Hindu communities across the world. A flurry of events has been planned to mark the historic occasion.
India's pilgrimage city of Ayodhya is all set for the consecration ceremony of the idol of Ram Lalla, or the 5-year-old Lord Ram, in a matter of just a few hours from now.
And India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will lead the nation in this historic ceremony. Many prominent personalities from all walks of life are attending this grand event in the city of Lord Ram. The city is also witnessing the presence of thousands of sadhus, saints and devotees for this auspicious event.
A captivating musical extravaganza to mark the momentous occasion for every Indian, bringing together people from diverse traditions to celebrate the consecration ceremony of Lord Ram, has been put in place. Take a look.
Emulating the tradition and ritual of the Indian culture to divinize any good event or festival, an elaborate performance termed as Mangal Dhwani, or auspicious tune, will be played before the deity to radiate joy, auspiciousness and energy. Immersed in joy and devotion, the majestic Mangal Dhwani will reverberate in the temple complex on January 22 during the consecration ceremony of Lord Ram in Ayodhya. The mega musical composition will focus on the diversity of Indian culture, tribal representation and inclusivity of traditions. The entire musical ensemble, referred to as Mangal Dhwani, will include instruments ranging from native Awadh's or Uttar Pradesh's traditional musical instruments including Pakhawaj, Bansuri and Dholak, to Karnataka's Carnatic Veena, Delhi's Shehnai, Santoor of Madhya Pradesh, among others. Music and musical instruments right from ancient times, including Pakhawaj of Bihar, Ravan Hatha from Rajasthan, Shrikhol and Sarod from West Bengal, Ghatam from Andhra Pradesh, Sitar from Jharkhand, Uttarakhand's Hudka, and musically rich Tamil Nadu's Nagaswaram, Tawil and Mridangam will also add on to create a divine atmosphere on the day. The entire musical extravaganza is being orchestrated by the prestigious Sangeet Natak Academy and is being coordinated by the renowned writer of Ayodhya culture, Yatindra Mishra. A composition with over 50 exquisite instruments from different states of India will be played during the auspicious occasion. Anita Raj for DD India.
Well, the historic consecration ceremony of Lord Ram's idol or Ram Lala is being celebrated by the Hindu communities across the globe. Take a look. And let's get perspective now. There are guests who are joining us from across the world. In fact, Sri Thanedar, member of the US House of Representatives from Michigan, is joining us. Good to see you on such an auspicious morning here in India, Sri Thanedar. How is the United States and particularly your constituency, Michigan, celebrating this momentous day?
There is a lot of excitement all across America. As you know, I am the United States Congressman, so I am a member of Parliament, as you call it. I am part of the U.S. Congress.
Yes.
And I founded a caucus in the United States Congress to celebrate Hinduism and Jainism and Sikhism and Buddhism. So this is a very, as a chairperson and a founder of the Hindu caucus in the United States Congress, I'm very proud of this day. This is a monumental day. This is a historic day in the lives of Hindus all over the world. And in the United States, every city is celebrating with big car rallies, big, huge celebrations in the temples all across America. People are joyous. They are saying to each other, Jai Shri Ram, and there are Jai Shri Ram ke naare hai sab jagah. Just people are very happy, very thrilled that this historic temple has been restored, with the 5,000 years of history.
Well, definitely, Sri Thanedar. I guess we can all congratulate each other on this momentous occasion. Just tell us, you head the caucus on celebrating Hinduism in the US Congress. I'm sure the Indian diaspora, a lot of them are Hindus. They are celebrating this moment as well. But tell us about the larger American society. Are they aware of what sort of a momentous occasion that is going to be unfolding in India? What do they make of these festivities?
Yes, I have spoken with many of my congressional colleagues, and they are also very excited about this. I've shared the pictures of this temple with my colleagues, and this is a beautiful temple, a lot of good artistry, good work that has gone in there. And more importantly, people ask me about Ramayana. And Ramayana, as you know, is practiced in 15 different countries in Indo-Pacific. But the importance of Ramayana is just being understood by the Western world. And it is very simple. The story of Rama that, as a Hindu, I grew up in a Hindu household learning about Ramayana. My mother told me stories about Ramayana to impress upon me the good values, the good over evil, and the sacrifices Rama did. A good father, a good son, a good husband, that Rama is an example of a good person, and how good succeeds over evil. So this is what I tell people. And we recently celebrated, Ramayana and the influence of Ramayana in the world at the United States Congress.
Yes, Shri Sanadar, do you also sense a very strong connect between members of the Indian diaspora or the Indian American community there that you also represent, being an Indian American yourself? You hail from the Chikodi village in Karnataka and you've only migrated in the 1970s. You're yourself a practicing Hindu. So do you feel a very strong bond between the Indian Americans there and India? And does that bond also constitute faith and a feeling of social harmony?
Yeah, absolutely. And, Hindu religion is a very peaceful religion. It practices its religion. People practice Hindu religion, quietly without, it's not an aggressive religion. It doesn't try to attack others. And, I as a chairman of the Hindu caucus in Congress, I was particularly upset. Just recently, 6 different Hindu temples have been defaced, graffitis and damages have happened at the Hindu temple. And a lot of the Hindu community felt fearful of that. The attacks that have happened, there are bills that are coming in California Assembly and other places that have hate for Hindus and hate for Hindu religion and attacks and
But do you see that changing now, Shri Thanedar? That's also one of the objectives of the first Hindu caucus ever of the US Congress that you founded, that Gautam was also referring to. Do you think there will be a greater sense of awareness going forward, particularly with a momentous occasion like this happening here in Ayodhya?
Because there's a need to address this. There's a need to change this perception. If people have any animosity or any fear, that is completely misplaced. And how does one go about changing it?
And this event, this monumental event, the celebration, the joyous occasion, the dancing, the singing, the prayers, which has been broadcasted all over the world. This is a symbol. This is what Hinduism is. Hinduism is joyful. Hinduism is peaceful. Hinduism is about respect, and Hinduism is about a celebration of our success and helping others, those who need help, to help them and take everybody along with us. This is what this religion is. It's about equity, and that's what Rama spoke about. So this is what needs to be communicated across the world, and that's why we're talking about Ramayana. That's what we're celebrating about Hinduism. And one thing for sure, we will not tolerate any attacks on Hinduism. We will not tolerate any attacks on Hindu worship, faith, places of Hindu worship. And I have written to President Biden, and I have written to the Homeland Security head of Homeland Security, and I'm determined to fight any kind of Hindu phobia in America.
Well, certainly, it's a new beginning, and a message needs to go out. And what better place to do it than in a global capital like Washington, D.C., where you are as a congressman. So how's that message being received in terms of how it's being put across that this is a day where we take things forward in a new manner, forgetting what has happened in the past and moving forward towards progress and prosperity for everyone?
Absolutely, absolutely. And this day and this celebration goes a long way in protecting and celebrating the peaceful religion of Hinduism. And what it says to us is that every person has a right to pray the God he or she chooses to pray. And
yes,
that kind of religious freedom is so important for every human being. It's a fundamental human right for a person to be able to practice his or her own religious beliefs and rights.
Right. Shri Thanedar, I know you keep visiting India often, so the next time you come, are you surely headed to the Ram Janmabhoomi temple here in Ayodhya? And will you also be telling your friends and colleagues and associates there, also members of your constituency, to come visit the temple here?
Yes, I have told Prime Minister Modi ji that I'm going to bring a delegation of congressional leaders, and I'll bring them to Ayodhya and have them see this beautiful temple.
Yes.
That'll be wonderful, because again, this is something that we are all looking to ensure that this becomes a destination. India has so many sites of pilgrimage, of natural beauty as well, and people the world over should get to see it. Make the Ram temple a point of beginning of a tour of India, really.
So is that
Yeah.
interest really setting in more and more among the diaspora as well as among Native Americans there?
Yes, absolutely. You know, India's importance is very, very much increasing. You know, India stands to compete with China, and you know, India, with its biggest democracy, is certainly something that the United States needs to have a strong bond with, because not only India is economic strength, but it's also a democratic country, and a United States-India relationship, a strong relationship, will go a long way to challenge dictatorial China.
Absolutely. Spiritual tourism will add another element in this relationship. Shidhanedar, appreciate your taking out time at this hour in the United States and sharing your views with us on such a momentous day.
Thank you and congratulations to you once again.
So we are just a few hours away now, Gautam, from the Ram Mandir idol consecration ceremony, and the excitement is at its peak. India's public broadcaster Doordarshan has made arrangements to live cast the auspicious ceremony on Doordarshan and other platforms as well. Here's more from Ground Zero.
As the world waits with bated breath for the 22nd of January to witness the consecration ceremony of the Ram temple, India's public broadcaster Doordarshan is all geared up and has made elaborate arrangements to bring to you the grandeur and the divinity of the ceremony live on your television screens for the audience at home and across the globe. Prasar Bharati and Doordarshan have deployed about 50 ultra-high definition cameras in the temple complex and for the consecration ceremony. In these ultra-high definition cameras, PTZ cameras, mini cameras, DSLR cameras and RF cameras are also being used. To bring the beauty and divine view of the temple on your television screens, many Jimmy Jibs have also been deployed. As the clock strikes the auspicious time of the consecration ceremony of Lord Ram, the special ultra-high definition cameras are sure to bring to you every step of the ceremony being performed by priests and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Prasar Bharati and Doordarshan have laid down a network of optical fiber so that the high-definition signals enable seamless, high-quality and uninterrupted broadcast.
India has been giving the third consecutive term as the president of the AIBD, which I think is unprecedented, and it is the first time that it has happened in the history of AIBD, which is an organization which is more than 50 years old. And this shows the confidence of the broadcasting organizations across the Asia Pacific and the world on India, and that India can show the way, lead the way in providing new avenues for broadcasting. And the CEO of Prasar Bharati, Mr. Gaurav Dwivedi, he was chairing the session this time, and I must compliment Prasar Bharati for the efforts.
The event will also be broadcast live on social media platforms. Besides this, arrangements have been made by DD News to continue the broadcast of its special program from the banks of River Saryu. With a production control room to monitor all developments, a big team of reporters and camera persons is also deployed to constantly bring updates, stories and mesmerizing visuals from the holy city of Ayodhya. Meghna Dev's report, DD India.
And the Lord Ram temple in Ayodhya was decorated beautifully on the eve of the consecration ceremony. Ayodhya is set to give a rousing welcome to Lord Ram on his homecoming on Monday after an exile of 500 years.
The historic ritual of Pran Pratishtha, consecration of Ram Lala's idol, will take place in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, saints and a host of distinguished guests. So let's go across to DD India correspondent Siddharth Bharadwaj, who's joining us from Ayodhya Dham, the center of all the action. Siddharth, good morning to you. How has the day been for you and for devotees? It is the crack of a new dawn in New Ayodhya, isn't it?
Well, you can guess with my smile. A very good morning to you, Munmun, from the temple town, Ayodhya. And the day has arrived. Finally, the wait is over. And within a few hours, the consecration ceremony of the Ram temple will take place. I'm here at Hanuman Gari. You know, as the clock reaches near 8:30 around, the atmosphere here in Ayodhya is just exciting. You know, the excitement is in the air. The sense of devotion is in the air. People, devotees, tourists who have come here, they have immersed themselves in the sea of devotion and preparation, you know, creating an atmosphere that resonates with the spiritual energy and a collective sense of purpose as they wait for the consecration ceremony of Ram temple. In fact, if I talk to you about the security preparations, you know, security measures, they've been tight, you know. As you can see, RAF, Rapid Action Force, they've been deployed here, you know, outside Hanuman Gari to make sure that everything goes smooth and fine. Proper checks are being made. Here you can see, like I said, that I'm here at Hanuman Gari. You can also see the local police here is ensuring that no one without a proper pass is allowed to enter in Ayodhya for today, because, you know, there have been around 7,500 or perhaps more than that, 8,000 invitees are expected in the consecration ceremony of Ram temple. So even people, you know, cannot even walk on the streets of Ayodhya today without proper checks. You can see police personnel, you know, directing people here. You know, they're just sending them out if they are not having proper pass. So you can see the security measures are tight, they are robust and comprehensive as, you know, people await for the big day here in Ayodhya. Munmun, security measures are very tight. In fact, you know, there have been, you know, there's a use of technology, advanced technology when it comes to the security measures here. Technology is used to make sure that everything goes smooth and fine. You know, to be more specific, artificial intelligence is used here in Ayodhya to make sure everything goes smooth and fine. You know, they have been incorporated in the already installed CCTV cameras here in Ayodhya, and this technology has several features like reverse facial recognition. This technology has, you know, criminal database and also has a potential to detect fake number plates. So just in case, you know, despite the security, just in case if any vehicle here on the streets of Ayodhya is having a fake number plate, this technology can easily detect it, you know, further strengthening the security in the region. So security measures are pretty tight. You know, as I was coming here, you know, police personnel were checking proper pass, you know, and without them, without that proper pass, no one is allowed to enter in Ayodhya for today. Darshan will start for tomorrow, but today's security is pretty tight.
Yes, about 25,000 or over security personnel of different kind have been deployed. Siddharth, Gautam here, good morning to you. Just tell us how's the day going to go, because I believe the core of the events will start taking place as soon as Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrives in Ayodhya.
Well, definitely. You know, inside the Ram temple, you know, only invitees are allowed for today. And like I said, Gautam, there are around 7,500 to 8,000 invitees that are expected today, you know, in the consecration ceremony of the Ram temple. So I was just saying that, you know, from 10 a.m. onwards, as per the reports which we got, from 10 a.m. onwards, the invitees will start entering into the Ram temple premises. And after that, everything will follow. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit, you know, will come here, and then, you know, he'll have a tour of the temple premises, and then Pran Pratishtha ceremony will take place, for which everyone, not just in the country but in the entire world, Gautam, you know, is waiting for. Indian diaspora population, which is believed to be the largest in the world, will be glued to their television screens today as they will witness the historic moment on their television screens. And people who are here in Ayodhya, you know, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for them, and they will further say in future that we were there when consecration ceremony was taking place in sacred temple town of Ayodhya. This is the report from here, and the environment is absolutely amazing. As I was just coming from there, cultural programs were happening. You know, people were just jumping in joy. You know, people were tapping their feet on beautiful religious songs. The environment is just amazing.
But this is reaching a crescendo, and we'll keep coming to you as you are where all the action is in Ayodhya Dham, where The Ram temple is being inaugurated and the consecration ceremony of Ram
Lala does seem to be quite
is
infectious, so that is also very exciting.
Absolutely, totally absorbed in the religious and spiritual fervor there. Siddharth, thank you so much for joining us for now. Well, the Ramayana is considered the heritage of all people. It reminds people of their duty towards the world, society and family. The epic has linked India with different parts of Southeast Asia through oral and cultural traditions. This report tells us more.
This imposing structure, the Ram temple, is in the traditional Nagar style. It is 3-storied and each floor is 20 feet tall. The temple has 392 pillars and 44 doors. There are 4 temples at its 4 corners, dedicated to the sun god, goddess Bhagwati, Lord Ganesha and Lord Shiva. The temple has been constructed entirely using indigenous technology with emphasis on water conservation. India's rich literary heritage is globally recognized in the form of the great epics like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. The story of Ram, originally written by Valmiki, consists of 24,000 shlokas. The Ramayana is about 480,000 words and is much smaller in length than the Mahabharata. UNESCO acknowledges Ram Leela as a performance of the Ramayana epic in a series of scenes that include song, narration, recital and dialogue. The most representative Ram Leelas are those of Ayodhya, Ramnagar, Banaras, Vrindavan, Almora, Satna and Madhubani. The performances last 10 to 12 days, but some, such as Ramnagar, may last an entire month. The story of the Ramayana binds the cultures of India and Thailand. Lord Ram is central to the people of both the countries. Ayodhya, around 70 kilometers north of Bangkok, has its roots in Ayodhya, the birthplace of Lord Ram. Rama King is the Thai version of the Ramayana. The Ramayana is said to be brought to Southeast Asia by Buddhist monks. Lord Ram is so entrenched in Thai culture that the Thai soil from Ayodhya has been sent to Ayodhya for the temple. Angkor Wat in central Cambodia has 2 brilliant temple complexes that display Ramayana and Mahabharata on their walls. Rama's Bridge, also known as Adam's Bridge, is a chain of limestone shoals between Pamban or Rameshwaram Island off the coast of Tamil Nadu and Mannar Island on the northern coast of Sri Lanka. The 50-kilometer stretch was first mentioned in the ancient Indian epic Ramayana. Valmiki speaks of a bridge, Setubandhanam, a bridge over the ocean linking India with Sri Lanka. The Indonesian version of Ramayana is the Balinese Ramaka Waka, which is a developed version of the Kakawin Ramayana. Here Sita, Rama's wife, is depicted as a bold and strong and is seen fighting with Asuras in Ravan's Lanka instead of waiting for Ram to rescue her. The Ramayana circuit includes major pilgrim sites in India and Nepal related to Ramayana, such as Ayodhya in Uttar Pradesh and Janakpur in Nepal, believed to be the birthplace of Sita. The Ayodhya Ram temple will no doubt become an important pilgrimage center for Hindus. It is revered as the birthplace of Lord Ram. Also, as per Hindu cosmology, Ayodhya is believed to have existed since the Treta Yuga, the second age in the cycle of 4 yugas. Bureau Report, DD India.
And let's now go live to Sri Lanka, where prayers are being offered at the temple in Sita Elea. The place is considered as the land which is blessed by Sita's divinity in Sri Lanka. These are visuals that are coming in from there. Sri Lanka, remember, has core relevance in Ramayana. Sita Elea is believed to be the last location where goddess Sita was believed to be held captive by Ravan. And you can see prayers being offered at the Sita Elea temple. In fact, in 2021, a stone was sent to Ayodhya temple for the construction exercise from the Ram temple here. Yes. Sri Lanka has a lot of significance in Ramayana, from Ram Setu to establishment of 3 Jyotirlings of Shivlings in Sri Lanka by Lord Ram after he killed Ravan.
Sri Lanka has its own version of the Ramayana as well.
And let's get perspective now on what this day means for devotees, for India, for the world, for historians, and more. To talk about that, we are being joined by Professor Makhanlal, writer and historian. Such a pleasure to have you, Professor. You know, your association with this really goes back a long, long time. We understand in 1976-77, you were there at the site when the excavations were happening under B.B. Lal. You were an independent researcher then. So tell us about what did the team find and what were those times like?
You see, in 1976-77, excavations were going on at several places, including the backside of the then standing mosque. I reached there a little late than the earlier team went, so I was allotted the place to excavate at, there is a place from where Bharat ruled the Ayodhya. In absence of Ram, he never sat on that. Nandigram was the place, almost about 17-18 kilometers from Ayodhya. And
yes, it said that he kept his shoes, his khadao there and then ruled
he
in his
promised
name.
that this is the capital of Lord Ram, not mine. So I will not rule Ayodhya. So I excavated there. But in the evening, normally we sat every day. Who has found what? And slowly, some of the students were excavating from Archaeological Survey of India, School of Archaeology. So from the side of the back side of the mosque, these structures started appearing, which were definitely the pillar bases. Because whenever you do a pillar, you always make a base, otherwise it will sink. So pillar bases started appearing. So it was all very. At that time, it was not so much halla-gulla, not so much talk in public. 1977, I mean, both of you were too small or maybe not even born. So I will say that it was all very quiet affair. But in diaries, I remember later on when I talked to Professor B.B. Lal in Purana Killa, we were working on, and I was editing the book on Ayodhya. So we talked about, and I said that where can we get the original drawing? So he pulled out his personal note diary, red color, I still remember. He said, here it is, Makhan. So you can take it all. So, but that time it was all very quiet affair. But it was accepted fact that this whole line, in one line, 2 line, 3 line, in straight pillar bases were there. And besides that, a lot of other structures were found which proved that Ayodhya goes almost about 7th, 8th century BC, but later on excavation proved that it goes further.
Okay.
Down. So it was all my association goes back then. And actually, if I remember Ayodhya, first time I went in 1973. I was a student of Lucknow University, so went there as a student to see the place, 76, 77. Since then, I have been going often and being fortunate to see the change from 1977 to 1921. Yes. I mean, I was there in 21 and then 22 for 3-4 days for some plan. So I can see that.
Right. Let's also bring in Mahendra Saba, who's joining us from the US. He's the chapter head of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad of America, and he's joining us from Washington, D.C. Good morning to you, Mr. Sapa. Just tell us, what does it mean, this momentous day for the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, particularly for someone who has a chapter in the U.S., in Washington, D.C.?
Absolutely. It's been more than 500 years of and 20 plus generations of sacrifices that have been finally paid off. People are absolutely emotional and joyous. Like throughout the day, I visited almost a dozen temples where I personally handed over akshatas that have been received from Ayodhya temple itself. And people are becoming so emotional that it's very difficult to hold them. I mean, everybody wishes that they were in Bharat, Ayodhya today, but they are doing their best and celebrating it right here in the DC metro area.
Tell us, Mr. Sapa, about the festivities, how they will pan out throughout the day during the time when the consecration ceremony is taking place here in Ayodhya. Will people be riveted to the screens, and will have screens being installed at temples to watch the ceremony live. What else is planned for the whole day?
Well, we have been doing this preparation for like almost 4 weeks now. We had one of the first car rally, and the very first Tesla Ram Bhagwan show was done right here in DC metro area at the Anjaneya Hanuman Bhagwan temple. So Vishwa Hindu Parishad America was the first one to hold the Tesla show. Thereafter, we did bunch of rallies. We did lot of satsang, bhajans at like various temples all around. And for past 24 hours, I have been receiving constant messages when people are requesting to get the links through which they can see this live Bhagwan Ramji's Pran Pratishthan program, you know. So emotionally, we are all right there in Ayodhya, you know. I mean, that is the best way I can put it up. And despite blistering cold weather, we had almost 150 cars going for the car rally yesterday, and they danced their heart out in the name of Bhagwan Ram. You know?
Yes, Mahendra Chhabra, just tell us, we've been asking this of our other overseas guests as well, in terms of when people of the faith, Hindus abroad in the Indian diaspora, go out and celebrate this occasion, this moment that is arriving in such a manner. What does the general societies, what do the general societies in those countries feel? Do they wonder what's going on? Are they aware of what is going on? And do they also feel the kind of sense of joy, excitement that is being felt by people of the faith?
Absolutely. Bharat is a huge ship, and it takes time to turn it, and it's finally turning. So this Ayodhya Bhagwan Ramji's temple, it's not just any temple, it is our identity. And when we go out and celebrate in this joyous manner, oftentimes we have local Americans as well joining us. And they become very curious, hey, what's going on? And I tell them very clearly that, look, you have this Jerusalem thing that has been going on for centuries. It has not been resolved yet, whereas we have Bhagwan Ramji's Ayodhya Mandir in a Hindu majority Bharat, and Bharat's democracy resolved that issue, and today we have the grand opening of Bhagwan Ramji's temple, you know. So people are very, very appreciative of how the functioning democracy with like lot of patience is still successfully yielding results for the benefit of Dharma.
Absolutely. This is a moment of celebration, not just for devotees here in India, but for devotees around the world, members of the Indian diaspora. And like you say, Native Americans too are quite excited to see that spiritual fervor. We'll leave it at that, Mr. Bappa. Such a pleasure to have you here on DD India to share your views on such an auspicious occasion. Well, let's go across now to Bur, Dubai, where Vinod Kumar, Prasar Bharati correspondent is. Well, celebrations are being held across the world to mark the auspicious occasion of consecration ceremony of Ram Lala in Ayodhya. Vinod Kumar joins us with a number of guests. I understand they are members of the Indian diaspora. So tell us how the excitement levels are. What is the spirit on such a momentous day there in Bur, Dubai?
Hello, Munman. The reception of the consecration of Ayodhya Ram Temple here in Dubai is a very subtle experience, but still a profound one. Today, we are celebrating the Uttar Pradesh Devas. Uttar Pradesh Devas, otherwise which falls on January 24th, is being celebrated today at the Sindhi Ceremony Hall right here in Dubai. And along with that, this consecration is also being celebrated. The community is going to come together. The main event will start here at 11 a.m. Community is going to come together in a joy celebration of the UP Divas. Along with that, the consecration of Ayodhya is also being celebrated with heartwarming, and we have got cultural events also on the sidelines. The community is organizing the tenet of unity and diversity in its all Letran spirits. As you can see here, the venue is beautifully adorned with vibrant decorations. You can see the picture of the temple, the Lord Rama, and in my left side, you can see the Murti that is going to be installed, the symbolic representation of the Murti that is going to be installed today. So along with me, we have got several community members who have settled here in Dubai for decades. Please come. We have with us Mr. Dr. Sahitya Chaturvedi, who have been here in UAE for the last couple of decades. Hi, Mr. Chaturvedi.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. So this is a very pivotal moment and a very historic moment in our rich cultural history. So how do you see this?
Definitely, it is a historical event, and we are so excited, and we are so geared, and we are so motivated that the Ram Mandir, the Sri Ram, the Lord Sri Ram is coming to not only just Ayodhya, but this is a celebration worldwide. And we in United Arab Emirates celebrating this moment from last 13th of January, where we did the Akhanda Ramayana. For 24 hours, we celebrated starting 13th and then 14th. And every day evening, we are offering the puja. The special pujas are being organized in our temple. The Krishna temple, the Shiva temple, we have already started from very early morning, the Panchamrit Abhishekam. And then throughout the day, many programs are going to happen. At some places, the people are chanting Ramayana. Some places, the Kirtanas are going on. And everyone is chanting Mangal Bhavan Amangal Hari Drabahu Sudas Rath Ajir Bihari. We have a Krishna temple here where the Lord's Bal Swarup deity exists. And here today in Ayodhya, again Sri Ram in a Bal Swarup is going to come and Prana Pratishtha of Bal Swarup, where the Lord Shiva, उनके जो इष्ट हैं, उनके लिए भी कहा गया है कि बंदौ राम बंदौ बाल रूप सोई रामू सब सिद्धि सुलभ जपत जिस नामू. Thank you.
Munwan, you can see the feedback of the community here. So in UAE, Asi Chaturvedi ji has aptly put out, we have got 3 temples here. One is the Krishna temple in Burdubai. The second one is the Hindu temple in Jebel Ali, and the upcoming Bab's temple, which is going to be inaugurated by our Prime Minister in February 14th. So the history of temples here in UAE dates back to centuries. The Tatai Bhatia community, which has come together, settled here in the last century, were instrumental in getting the first temple here. That is the Krishna temple, and we have a member from that community, Mr. Chandrasekhar Bhatia. Bhatiji, please come. So, what's your reaction, being a member of this community who was instrumental in setting up this temple here?
We are very much appreciating, and we are welcoming the community here in Dubai. And here we are enjoying every Ram temple is opening. एंड राम टेम्पल के जो शुभारंभ हो रहा है, उस शुभारंभ के हम स्वागत के लिए तैयार बैठे हुए, और दुबई भी पूरी तरीके से, इवन पूरा यूनाइटेड अरब एमिरेट्स और गल्फ आर रेडी टू वेलकमिंग एवरीवन. एवरी कम्युनिटी पीपल आर एंजॉयिंग, एंड वी आर एंजॉयिंग हियर. वी आर आल्सो सेलिब्रेटिंग वन टुडे प्रोग्राम here. It will be start by 11 o'clock India time and will continue till evenings. So we are doing the many programs, and we are, thank you very much for the joining Mr. Vinod and his friends. Always he's supporting us, and we thanks to the Doordarshan. Doordarshan is also supporting to us for the program. This is Global Bharat Festival 24 we started. We do.
Thank you so much.
From Dubai in the UAE, and we know that this is also the run-up to the grand inauguration of the first Hindu temple in Abu Dhabi on the 14th of February. So we will be waiting for that also, and how it plays out and what that really means for members of the Indian diaspora particularly. And are we now going to Ayodhya?
Yes, we are taking you across to Ayodhya once again. My colleague Meghna Dev is now with us. Meghna, it is the epicenter now of everything that is set to unfold for the day. People around the world waiting for that moment to arrive. Anticipation is completely palpable. Tell us what's happening in Ayodhya right now. How are things taking shape?
Gautam, definitely, you know, I'll just keep you with the visuals, because these are very important visuals where the whole world is currently, you know, paying attention. The whole world's focus is going to be here for at least the next few hours. And definitely there is a lot of excitement. You see, people have already started coming, and people are already here. I will speak to a few of the invitees here. Swami Chaitanya is here with us. What's the excitement? We see a number of people already here. What's the excitement?
I mean, this must be the world's grandest ever celebration ever we have seen on earth. I think this is a history which I think we are very, very grateful and thankful for our previous births. I think we must have done great karmas, great punyas to witness this great grandeur event ever. And I think all the sadhu sannyasis, all the Hindus, all the world citizens are very happy by re-homecoming back of Sri Ramachandra. And it's a 500 years of great struggle. And after a great struggle, all Hindus across the globe are very happy and satisfied with the justice done, because we have not fought for it. We have, we have gifted by God to have this great, opportunity. And, we have gone through the legal process and we have won with the Rama's principle of justice, nyaya. And, without, the gruesome struggle or non-violence, we have, walked a path of peace. But I would also like to mention that many great people have laid down their lives for this Rama Janmabhoomi. And
definitely, when we actually speak about the struggle, people definitely remember the struggle also today. But besides that, the excitement that is definitely there, and I would actually like to show you the excitement in people. People are coming here already. You know, people have been coming here from the past 1 hour. All the invitees have started coming, and not only this, we see a lot of saints, a lot of people from the community are coming here from different parts of the world. People are coming here, and we will be bringing to you all those visuals, all those reactions and everything that's going around in the temple complex exclusively on DD India for the audience at home and across the globe.
Yes, Meghna, very quickly, if you could tell us about the prominent guests who will be accompanying Prime Minister Narendra Modi during the consecration ceremony today.
So definitely we have a lot of people, specifically we talk about from the community of Swamiji saints, and this community. We definitely have Ram Bhadracharya ji. We have other prominent figures as well. But besides that, also celebrities we can see on social media. All the videos floating of celebrities, cricketers, people, prominent people. Now also people from different parts of the world have also come here who have been extended invites. So we definitely see a number of people, but we will have to figure out how many of them are here exactly, and we'll try to spot them and bring those visuals also. But besides that, a lot of prominent figures, definitely about 8,000 people are going to be here, and that is going to be an extremely important occasion. We've seen cricketers, we have been seeing celebrities, we have been seeing also not only that, ambassadors of different countries are also expected to be here for the ceremony. So we will be seeing and we'll be reporting, updating on every important dignitary or important guest that we spot at the temple complex very shortly.
All right, Meghna. For the consecration ceremony, the countdown is well and truly on. Well, Meghna, thank you for joining us with your inputs. We'll keep coming back to you for more.
Thank you, and thanks to Swamiji as well for being there with you. Let's bring in Professor Makhanlal once again. Noted historian in our studio as our guest. Professor Makhanlal, if we could turn to you in terms of, we all know about the Ramayana written by Rishi Valmiki. That is the biggest scriptural reference to it establishes the base for what is happening today. But in terms of other historical references, what do we have as far as this entire tale of Lord Ram and especially of Ram Raja is concerned? Because that's something that all of India has been aspiring to.
You see, Lord Valmiki, Lord I am saying because for me a literary man, a Rishi may be equal to that. Valmiki's Ramayana is the first detailed evidence. Before that you get mentioned in Mahabharata.
Because people debate that it's an epic, it's a story, it's not something that happened.
Changing the story, happening the story. But what is very important is that Lord Ram's references in literature start coming right from time of Panini, 7th century BC, 8th century BC. That's almost about 2900 years from today. But from 4th century AD, regular references we get in inscriptions. Normally the inscriptions are invocation to Lord Ram and then the genealogy of the king and all that. Many times they are placed at public places. So there is a continuous reference for that, and there is no doubt that many of the references were pasted at the temple walls. And the biggest reference that comes for Lord Ram is 11th century inscription that was found in the embedded in the walls of Babri Masjid when it was demolished.
And what about his descendants?
Whose? Ram's descendant.
Yes.
Ram's descendant, actually, you don't get much reference after Laukush. There are these, but remember, Ramayana is not the history of Lord Ram's family.
Because this was a kingdom. This was a royal kingdom.
Lord Ram's king as a family. Ramayana is the reference to Lord Ram as Maryada Purushottam, not as a king of the world, not as a king of anything, and not genealogy of the Ram's family. It's just one person's how a conduct of human being has to be. And that is where Maryada Purushottam word comes in. And that is why when many of the people start talking about this is not there, this is not there, so I always say that it's not encyclopedia. It's concentrated, surrounded around one personality. And you were talking about Ram Rajya. Gandhiji always talked about it. There is very simple thing. Everybody is treated equal. Sukhi मीन जहाँ नीरा गाधा जिमि हरि शरण एको बाधा. यहाँ तक कि मछली भी उतनी ही खुश रहे जितना राजा खुश रहता है. That is the kind of imagination.
Do you feel that this modern day cynicism that really makes people think that, you know, nobody can be this ideal. This is something that is just a work of fiction. And how can it be that somebody was so perfect in every way? It cannot really happen. People are so cynical.
Right.
And now can this idol serve as a guiding light?
How can it be that three of us sitting in the same room are so very different in our approach to life? Can it not be somebody is more ideal than other among three of us? So when we think in terms of entire universe, why should we doubt? After all, we are human beings, we are very independent, we are very individual. I can tell you, Gandhi, don't you think that after a few hundred years, people will start disbelieving what is written about him?
People already do.
Already do?
There are people who do.
Can he do that? Could he live so honestly? Could he live so openly? So, cynicism is the correct word you use, where everybody wants to doubt everything. Well, many of the things need not to be doubted. They have to be simply believed. You have eaten. It's a matter of just simple faith and belief you have eaten. It has not to be doubted. It's a fact. So, कुछ चीजें ऐसी होती हैं. There, we have to learn to not to doubt certain things, but just to believe. There cannot be. We talk about so much. I'm not going to talk about any other. We talk about so much about other religions, but nobody talks. Can it be possible? Will it be possible? So let us celebrate this also, that you have a right here to question this, and this has also been provided by Lord Ram himself. He could be questioned by washerman. The universe king could be questioned by washerman. That is the beauty, and that is where said that no other place, in no other faith, no other religion, you can question anything. Here you are able to question everything. Is still respected. Is still being part of it.
Yes.
After all, Charvak did not believe in God. But he remained part of Hindu society and one of the most respected rishi. So that is where the beauty of Ram Rajya is. That you don't have to think in terms of just one or two things. Overall quality, overall society, overall thing.
Yes, so the whole humanity can really draw inspiration from the idol of Lord Ram. And let's get more perspective from different parts of the world. Dr. Sahitya Kumar Chaturvedi, convener of IBPC in Dubai and associate with Krishna Temple in Dubai, is joining us, and also Dr. Indranil Basure from the University of Memphis in Tennessee in the USA. Such a pleasure to have the two of you. Indranil ji, I'll come to you first on how the day is panning out, and what are you hearing from devotees there in the United States on how they see such a momentous day?
Yeah, as you know, everybody, not only Hindus, Muslims, Christians, everybody from Bharat knows this is an experience of the millennium. This is not about opening a temple or consecrating a god. This is about changing the human civilization. For 500 years, this culture has been fighting for this civilization, and today we are successful in instituting not only a god and the belief in Hinduism, but also what we believe to be the Ram Rajya, which means a kingdom where everybody is in the same platter. Nobody is favored, nobody is taken against. So everybody in the US is really vibrant on this, that this is a change in the millennium. This is an institutionalization of the thought process of a change in the entire planet. And that's what we are seeing now. We are not only seeing a nation rising, we are seeing a group of people rising, we are seeing the rising of equality amongst mankind. And that's where this is. So as you know, starting from New York, Manhattan, New Jersey, see the crowd in Times Square. It's unbelievable. The Times Square has become orange. So this is the headquarters of all the social activities of all over the world. Today it has become completely orange because that's ochre is the color of spirituality. Ochre is the color of Ram. Ochre is the color of Ram Rajya. In different cities, in different towns, in different temples, you know, some of the biggest temples, whether it belongs to BAPS, whether it belongs to ISKCON, is in America. And all of them are vibrantly celebrating this. And as you can see, it's pretty late at night. It's almost 9 o'clock at night. And you can see the visuals there. And it is pretty cold. It's like freezing cold. Temperatures have gone down to -30 sometimes, and more than 1 million people are displaced because of snow. Despite that, there is no lack of enthusiasm in millions of American Indians. And the funny part is, it's not only American Indians. Thousands of Americans are joining this because now the world understands the importance of this. In my mind, I think in the last 200 years, there has never been an occasion where an Indian program, other than maybe when Swami Vivekananda came to America and gave his famous lecture, in last 200 years, there has never been an Indian program that has been highlighted so much in every Western media. And not only in America, New York Times, Washington Post, Australia, Europe, everywhere. So this shows what power India has started having in the world scenario. And the most important thing is that this is not about one religion. This is not about Sanatan Dharma. This is the fact that Sanatan Dharma shows the world that the whole world is one. And this is one Dharma that has never killed any single person, that has never forced anybody to change their religion, that has never attacked any country. But it has always celebrated humanness. It has always celebrated divinity. And why we have so many gods? Why is Ram so important? Ram is important because what you have to understand in Hindu philosophy, it is said that humanness is the biggest birth on earth. Every human should reach divine. The funny part is that Ram, in our knowledge, is the only human being who has all the aspect of divinity. Because in Hinduism, you don't have to create a heaven or go to heaven. You don't have to create hell or go to hell. You can create your heaven, you can create hell in this very earth, in this very planet.
Yes, definitely, and that's what Lord Ram really represents. Let me also bring in Dr. Sahitya Kumar Chaturvedi, convener IBPC Dubai and Associate Krishna Temple Dubai. Good morning to you, Dr. Chaturvedi. A special day indeed for all people who are devotees of Lord Ram, and there's no dearth of them in the UAE, right? So just tell us about how you're celebrating the moment with all the other faithfuls as well.
Yes, certainly. It's a pleasure, it's a privilege, it's I can say the fortunate event and moment for all of us in United Arab Emirates. We are celebrating not only just today, it started from 13th of January. We did the Akhand Ramayana, and then today, since the morning, the special pujas are being organized in all the 3 temples in Dubai, also in Abu Dhabi, the BAPS temple, the special puja, the prayers are being organized. We are so thankful for the government that first time in 2023, they allowed us to do the drama and the Rami Leela to be performed on the stage in the theaters. And that's where the entire community is so tight and so connected. We are in the collaboration with all the religions, all the communities, and in Dubai, categorically, since morning to now it's 7:30 almost. We started at 6 o'clock from the Mangala Darshan, where the Lord Rama the deity, that Bal Swarup, the Bal Swarup of Krishna we have in Krishna temple, and we started with the Panchamrata Abhishekam over there. And every house, I can say, you might be aware of that Dubai, UAE being a labor-oriented market, the many labor camps we have over here, and the bachelors are staying jointly and sharing the rooms. And today, fortunately, it's such a wonderful moment that every house is having the puja, is having the parayana, the Ram chanting, Mangal Bhavan Amangal Hari, Drabahu Dasarath Ajir Bihari. I think at every house, at every street of UAE is full of joy today. Since starting morning until the evening 12 o'clock, we will be having the programs. End of the day at the same place, the Chaturvedi community will be joining together and doing Bhandara for all the Hindi community and the Indian community coming across.
Right.
I think
also, Dr. Sahitya, will we see more of religious fervor going forward, because we are in the run-up to another grand event there in Abu Dhabi with the inauguration of the Babs Temple expected on the 14th of February, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also expected to be there.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, on 13th of February, we are going to have a grand celebration and welcome of Narendra Modi, where almost 50,000 people are going to assemble. And not just the Indian, the entire world is going to welcome Mr. Narendra Modi on this land. Narendra Modi have been coming recently during the COP, which was for the natural, and COP28. He was here, and since then, we all are preparing the cultural programs. The different programs are going to be organized on 13th of February, and then 14th, of course, he will be inaugurating the temple, the first of this scale temple, which is a message of tolerance to the world from Dubai, from UAE, I can say. So Abu Dhabi, Dubai is on the border of both, and it's the same country, and that's how we are celebrating Shri Ram Pratishtha in United Arab Emirates.
Wonderful, sounds great, and many congratulations to you once again. Dr. Chaturvedi, thank you so much for joining us from Dubai.
Most welcome.
Now, the Indian community in North Carolina is also immersed in the colors of devotion of Lord Ram. The Hindu center of Charlotte celebrated ahead of the consecration ceremony, along with people chanting Jai Shri Ram and wishing well for the grand ceremony. Here's a video from the Indian community there. Take a look.
Namaste and Jai Shri Ram. We are celebrating the welcoming back of Ram Rajyam after long waited 500 years. Across the globe, this event has been celebrating to opening of our Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. Here in city of Charlotte, all the mandirs celebrating this welcoming back of Ram Rajya. Hindu Center is glad to be part of this opening ceremony. We are all excited. There are many volunteers helping everywhere to make these events happen. We just concluded the Ram Leela, which was played by our kids. Total production was done here at the Hindu Center. We have cultural program. There will be a Tesla lighting show after the cultural program. Then the evening we have to celebrate like Diwali atmosphere. We will have lighting of Diya. Of course, Prasad will be served. Tomorrow we are doing Ram Bhagwan Abhishekam beginning 5 o'clock. Then Tuesday evening we are reading Uttarakhand beginning noon, followed by the Amritwani Bhajans to celebrate Ram Bhagwan's temple's opening and welcoming back Ram Rajyam. I have our priests here, Dushyant Bhai and Raghavanji. We have 10 priests. They are representing our 10 priests.
Om Namo Namo Bhavati Jagamano Nangetam Risamityagre Bhagam Devebhyo Vidatabhyagam Prasandrama Sirati Dhirghamayu Shri Rama Rama Ramiti Rami Rami Manorami Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanani Shri Rama Rama Ramiti Rami Rami Manorami Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanani Shri Rama Rama Ramiti Rami Rami Manorami Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanani Shri Rama Nama Varanana Om Namahiti Jai Siya Ram.
Jai Sri Ram. And we have volunteers here who are having Ram Bhagwan's Udni on the top. Give them big hand. Big hand to everyone who joined us. Jai Siya Ram. Let's say together. Siyavar Ram Chandra Bhagwan ki. Jai. Bajrang Bali Hanuman ki. Jai. Jai Sri Ram.
So it is really an all-pervading spiritual fervor, Gautam, in India and across the world, and people overflowing with sentiment on such a historic occasion.
Yes, and we're just getting some glimpses of that from all across the world, and that will continue with our coverage as well, which is a non-stop one till the consecration and even beyond. Stay with us right here on DD India. Taking a very short break. Be back in no time at all.